Right, friend of blessings. We are back with another video. All right, a couple quick announcements before I begin. All right, if you are interested in a spiritual reading, I offer various different spiritual readings. I offer Klipothic demonic readings, Santa Muerte and Spirit of the Dead readings. The Egyptian oracle readings, as I said, a lot of people are requesting them over the last several months. They're really good readings. Deity readings to see what spirits, gods, goddesses, and demons walk with you. Shadow work readings to really see what's going on with the shadow and the hidden self. And if you're really looking to be pointed in the direction that you need to be going in, what kind of ritual work should I be doing? What's going on in my subconscious mind that I'm not aware of? Shadow work reading, that's kind of the route you want to go. All right. Or maybe interested just in a spiritual consultation. But for a full list of readings and how to book a reading or a consultation, shoot me an email, khnum19@gmail.com. Please include a full weekly availability. Please don't tell me I'm available Wednesday at 3 o'clock. It doesn't work like that. Send me a full weekly availability and also the time zone you're in. That speeds up the process because, as I've said many times before over the years, I work with people in every time zone in the United States, overseas, Africa, Europe, you name it. I'm extremely busy, so I try efficiently to get to everybody as fast as I can. It's tough, though, with the amount of emails, requests, this, that, and the other. It's just sometimes it might take a little bit longer to answer certain emails, all right? But shoot me an email for a reading. I always try to book clients as quick as I can to get you in there. So the more info I have on your availability, the easier it is for me to give you a day and time we can set it up. Also, if you're interested in signing up for classes, the way to do that is to go to the official Primordial Chaos Patreon page located at patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti. Tier 3 is the tier you want to join. That's going to give you access to the 3 private classes I do every month on Patreon, in addition to the group ritual we do at the end of the month. Okay? And again, when you join, it doesn't just give you access from the day you join moving forward. You also get access to everything in the archives, okay, going back 4+ years. You get the group ritual work, you get the class work, the rituals that are affiliated with the classes. When you join, obviously, if you're able to attend the classes live, you can ask me questions in that live forum. You can fellowship with the other people in the classes. Again, it's for that person that wants to take their path to self-mastery to that next level. And the amount of ongoing classes and content that I'm putting on there, you're not going to find it anywhere else for that price. Trust me when I tell you. And I say that out of confidence, not arrogance. All right? So if you want to get down with the classes and get in, patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti. Tier 3. That's the tier you want to join. Also, don't forget to check us out on Instagram, Primordial Chaos 9, all one word. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Primordial Chaos, 2 words. I also upload all the new YouTube content to the Facebook page. And yes, the Primordial Chaos TikTok page is up. And slowly but surely on a daily basis, I'm uploading content there. Mainly some 10-minute snippets of the videos. I'm going to try to get some other posts up there. I will starting in the month of March, I will start posting also the Patreon events on the TikTok page. So support the TikTok page. Go over there, sign up, do your thing. And that's the way you want to get in on the classes. All right. So TikTok, Primordial Chaos also. And don't forget to check out the Primordial Chaos podcast. That's available on Spotify, all major podcast platforms. The direct link to the podcast, along with my contact email address, along with the direct link to the social media pages and the direct link to the Primordial Chaos Patreon page to sign up for classes. All of that is in the description box of this video that you're currently watching right now. All right. Having said that, I want to kind of piggyback off the last video. We talked about how you are the living altar of magic. You are the facilitator, the one that powers your magic. And once you have tapped into that ability on that level and frequency, then you understand the process, one, that your whole life literally is a ritual, whether you understand that or not. You may or may not. And you'll have the ability now to ritualize your entire life. Yes, that's right. Your entire life is a ritual. Okay? You've got to learn to ritualize everything. Right? And it starts with the basic foundation of managing your time. Right? So if you're saying, Brother Baniti, how do I ritualize my whole life? Well, it starts with step one. Managing your time is a form of magic itself. Because let's face it, in this day and time in 2024, depending on how old you are, but if you're in my era, my group, we see how the world has drastically changed. It's become fast-paced, right? Things moving quick, rapidly. Technology has sped things up, right? So sometimes with the hustle and bustle and the busyness of your everyday life, whether that's work, career, your job, taking care of your family, you know, having your fun and your recreation and all the things involved on it and living a life, you know, on a daily basis, managing your time can become a big issue if you don't know how to manage it. Okay? So you've got to learn how to allocate your time in accordance with your lifestyle. Are you giving enough time to study and meditation and rituals? Right? Are you getting enough rest? Are you exercising? It starts with that. How are you allocating your time in conduciveness with your path of self-mastery? Okay? I've done videos on managing your time. I'm sure I'll revisit it at some point, but you can go look at that in archive. I don't want to stay on the managing time thing for too long because this is a short tutorial on how you must ritualize your entire life to become that level of a master, right? Or God, or a goddess, one who's in control of their spiritual sovereignty or their spiritual path. All right? So managing your time, step one. Step two, every task you set out to do. Okay? Approach it like a ritual. Have the mindset, whatever it is. Look, this might this might sound kind of a little stupid. I don't care if you're taking out the trash in your house. Take it out as effective as you can. Tie that bag up correct. Put that bag where it needs to go. Get it out. Cleanliness in your environment is critical too to ritualizing your whole life. Make sure your surroundings are conducive to your spiritual growth. Because if your physical space is cluttered, then more than likely you a sloppy motherfucker and you probably ain't getting shit done because you're unorganized and you're sloppy and you're filthy and you're dirty. But a simple task like cleaning up, make cleaning up your cleaning chores a ritual. Ritualize it. I don't care if you're meditating on something while you're doing it, focusing on something, but do it the best you can. Get it so organized and in sync that you stop and look back and go, man, shit looks amazing. So cleaning your house can be a ritual. A to-do list when you're running around running errands. And this is also going to help you manage your time effectively. Utilizing that concept, as I said, managing your time is magic in itself. And when you're in sync, and as I said in the previous video, you hit that rhythm, that frequency, that vibration, time doesn't even seem to matter or exist or be effective like that to you anymore. Where it affects you to the point where it hinders your growth. That's when you know you're breaking the illusion of linear time. When you hit that frequency and that vibe and you're locked in, you're in sync. You're like, man, I'm flowing, I'm getting shit done. How am I getting all this shit done in such a short period of time? Because linear time is not affecting you how it affects the regular person who's trapped into linear time. So from cleaning your house to doing house chores to running errands, and then ritualize your career, your profession, or your job, whatever it is you do, your skill. If you're a construction worker, if you're a barber, every haircut should be a ritual. It should be a masterpiece. And when you're done and you look at it and it's such a successful cut, that's a successful, effective ritual. So if you got a skill, construction worker, electrician, plumber, hairstylist, whatever it is, you should ritualize your work. If it's your business, even if you work a full-time job, go on that job being better than everybody else that's on that damn job. That's mastering the job, and that's creating an effective ritual in accordance with that aspect or area of your life. I'm telling you, this shit is effective and powerful if you really focus and zone in on it and knock it out effectively. Okay? Most importantly, be consistent in your spiritual and ritual practices. So I'm giving you the formula here of how to ritualize your entire life. But you got to sit down because everybody's lifestyle is different. Everybody's schedule is different. So it's up to you to take this, sit down, and figure out how you're going to do this. Okay? But without consistency in your spiritual practice, that's your meditation, your research and your studying, your ritual work, all of that is what transforms you intellectually, spiritually, and mentally. Okay? Make sure you're getting that mental stimulation. Make sure you're feeding the spirit body just as much as you're feeding the physical body. Because sometimes there can be disharmony in the body when you're feeding one more than the other. Yes, you can do overly spiritual shit. Too much of anything is no good for you. Yes, 100%. If you're laying around in meditation, nothing's getting done. If you're doing that all the time. Sometimes the mind, you need to break the monotony of how the mind receives things. So sometimes it's just time to relax. Sometimes it's to do things recreationally that entertain you. Sometimes it's things of pleasure. Whatever that may be, right? When you're ritualizing your whole life, you know what moment in that particular, or what's going on in that moment, how to ritualize that part of your life. Okay? When you're going out to an event, a function, lock in. Enjoy that event. Have the best time you can. That's a successful ritual. Okay? So in all facets of your life on that level, right? If you learn to in your mundane life, if you learn to ritualize every aspect of it, you're going to see a great change going on within you, around you, and in your entire surroundings and environment. Because you're locked into a frequency that can't nobody fuck with you. Okay? And people saw and say, damn, man, that mother, he or she does. They do everything, girl. How they so effective? How they doing all this, that, and the other? And they so stressed out and worried why their shit is out of whack. Because you're locked in. And they don't know it. They can't see it because they're not locked into the same vibrational frequency that you are. Okay? And it's hard for them to contemplate spiritually what level you are at. Okay? Now, the most important thing out of all this, and this is the toughest part, and I'm doing that right now as I'm recording this video, talking to you guys that are watching the video after you watch the recording. Learn to fuel and ritualize your magic 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you know how to plant in your subconscious mind all of the intent of the things you need to accomplish and constantly put mental power, thought, and energy to it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, while awake, while asleep, or while doing what we like to call in the everyday world multitasking. So I'm multitasking right now. I'm shooting a video talking about the subject, but I've mastered the technique where in my mind I'm thinking about my goals. I'm still fueling the intent of my goals constantly in my subconscious mind. Well, even while I'm talking to you, it's not a skill that comes right out the gate. It takes practice and discipline. It's tough to do when you're easily distracted and you can't focus and you let bullshit and drama and nonsense completely distract you from where you need to be. Okay? That's the bottom line. Okay? So if you're dealing with that on that level, then you're going to have to put more work and more practice into it. Okay? It's not going to come right out the gate. And this is why it's so important to be in control of your everyday life. Because when your everyday, look, I'm not saying nobody's life is perfect. Nobody is going to ever have a life completely void of bullshit, nonsense, and some chaos and aggravation. It's going to come. I've said that many times before. But when you have things flowing over, for the most part, overall in a harmonious fashion, you're going to see your life is a lot better than the average person. That's the key. Rid yourself of toxic people. Remove yourselves from things, places, and involvement in things that are no good to your personal spiritual growth. Whatever person, places, or things is obstructing your spiritual path and growth, eliminate it. Go into your ritual work, devour and destroy, and replace it with something productive. Okay? That's how you do real shadow work. Okay? And shadow work has a lot to do with a greater understanding of this 150%. Okay? 150%. So, learn how to fuel your magic in your subconscious mind all the time. Constantly. Whether at work, whether at play, whether sleeping, whether not, awake, working. So all the things, the aforementioned things that I mentioned in your Monday life, while you're doing those, you also must learn how to keep fueling your intent. I'm talking about all the time. Your dreams. You should be fueling your dreams. Listen, this shit is so, I hate to use the word deep because it's such a word that's overused in my opinion. Oh, it's so deep. But this shit, there's layers to this shit. This shit is serious. When you really understand how this works, this is serious. This ain't no joke. It's real. It's just you got to get real in doing this. Okay? And are you going to be real about it? Are you serious about your magic? Are you serious about fueling your intent? Okay? And if you are, things will work out. Okay? You'll get the results. I'm giving you deeper answers to why you may or may not be getting results. Trust me. I know people over the years always shoot me emails. Oh, I'm struggling with this, that. I'm trying to also get you to come to the conclusion of why you're not getting results. Some things you must figure out for yourself. Because when you're constantly asking that and you're not going about anything to make any change, that means you want somebody to do it for you. And the reality is, one, I don't work like that. I show people how they do it for themselves. For those that know me now for a long enough time, for those that really know me going back years, you know my method of teaching and my approach of dealing with people, clients, readings, consultation. I show you how to do the work for yourself. Because we all are gods and goddesses and have the potential of greatness. Right? It's just, do you want to put in the work? See, some motherfuckers want the title, they want the accolades, but they don't want to put in no work. That's the problem. It don't work like that, folks. Anybody that has grown on this path and accomplished things, myself and many others, as I've said to you guys before, this shit didn't happen overnight. This is years of work, years of study, years of practice, years of consistent ritual practice. Okay? There is no quick fix. There is no shortcuts, people. Stop thinking there is and stop believing people who tell you there is. Stop thinking you're going to go on the internet and find a get rich quick scheme. Or I'm going to do this ritual and I'm going to be a millionaire. Or I'm going to do this ritual and I'm going to be so powerful. And I'm going to do love spells and all that shit. You're fooling yourself. And anybody that's selling you that tube steak, choke on it. Because that's what's going to happen. You're going to choke on it. Okay, if you don't want to put in the work, then you get no result. It's that simple. I know there's probably somebody listening go, well, because, we always got the special ones. They're special. Well, I did this and right out. Yeah, I'm not saying here and there you're going to get some quick results. It happens, and there's reasons why that happens sometimes. But I guarantee you, all day, every day, consistently throughout the course of your life, there's nobody that'll be able to come forward and say everything that they do comes easy and poof, puff the magic dragon. It appears and I'm something. No, that's bullshit. Okay? And if you are that deep and special, then hey, you that deep and special. You're too deep for me. Okay? There's no quick fix. There's no shortcut. Stop thinking there is. You're fooling yourself. Okay? This path will give you results like no other if you're willing to work. That's the difference. Are you willing to work? And the answer to that, and putting in that work, again, is ritualizing your entire life. Your whole life is a ritual, people. Trust me when I tell you. You just need to know how to tap in. All right, that's going to do it for me. I hope this video helped. Again, if you need to reach out to me for a spiritual consultation or a spiritual reading, my contact email address, the direct link to the social media pages, the direct link to the podcast, the Primordial Chaos podcast, the direct link to the Patreon page to sign up for classes. All of those links, methodologies to contact me, get involved with what I'm doing here at Primordial Chaos, or get affiliated with me in some shape, form, or fashion for a reading or classes. And information's all here. You have that. It's in the description box of this video you're watching right now. Remember, ritualize your entire life. Your whole life is a ritual. That's going to do it for me. I'm out of here. Be easy, folks.